What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to another video by me, GTheDon, doing a Pokemon tier list on the new Regulation D Pokemon. Now, there's been a bunch of these tier lists already, but they're all from better players than me, I would say. I'm more of a scrub, so I'm going to be ranking based off what I've personally seen on like Showdown Ladder. Plus, Regulation D doesn't even really come out for like another, I think it's about a week now. So we have a little bit more information, so I'm going to give you what I think. So in my tiers, as you can see, there's two different tiers. I have a Dawn, which is a Pokemon that I probably would like. No one else really likes it, so it's probably also going to be kind of towards a gimmicky Pokemon, but I'll also give like a true ranking towards them. And then That's Tough. That's just a Pokemon that no one can talk about. Like, there's no point in even talking about that Pokemon. It's either just bad or not even viable. No one uses it. So, starting off with Charizard, he's a good Pokemon. He's a classic. But now with the introduction of guys like Chi-Yu, he's almost to That's Tough, but I'd still put him in C. There's still many things you can do with him. He's everybody's favorite. He's a fire flying, Solar Power is a good option, especially, if you can get Sun Up. But then he does take damage reduction, and I believe even with Solar Power, a Heat Wave from him still would do less damage than a Heat Wave from Chi-Yu. So it's kind of like, if you want to use him, use Chi-Yu. Alolan Dugtrio, yeah, that's tough. He's not good at all. Alolan Persian, I would also consider him that's tough. He has like Fake Out, a couple other things, but I personally have never seen him on Rank D ladder, like once. Alolan Raichu is also currently a That's Tough. There's not many Pokemon that can set up electric terrain to really help this guy out, do anything that he really wants to do. If there were, I think, like Miraidon, whenever he's allowed in the game, Miraidon or Koraidon, I'm not sure which one 100%, but whenever they're allowed in the game and electric terrain can just be set up by a Pokemon being dropped in, besides Pincurchin, because he's trash, this Pokemon maybe will have some viability. Hisuian Arcanine, though, I would personally put him in the B tier. I know a lot of people thought he'd be a lot better, maybe in A tier. His typing is just not that good. Head Smash ability, Head Smash ability, I believe it is. Really good ability. Only problem is this Pokemon's usually living only one hit, if that, or unless you really want to dedicate a Terra to him. I know Terra Extreme Speed and stuff like that is really good on this Pokemon, though. Yes. Slowbro, that's tough. Don't see him ever. Like, Muck, I would also put into a C tier. He's good Pokemon. I know he's not as good as he was in like Sword and Shield and games before, is what I've heard. He's just not doing too much damage. He's not as good as he was. He's a good knockout, fake off kind of guy, but outside that, he's really not exerting any pressure on anybody. Hisuian Electrode, that's tough. He's just like another Electrode with the grass typing. No one really cares about that. I think I still see more Electrodes than him. Tauros, I would consider him as a that's tough, but I believe he is C. Compared to the other Tauroses, they are all weak to Fairy. This one is just a base normal. I guess the fire typing, Tauros isn't weak to Fairy, but normal typing, Intimidate, only weak to fighting. Yeah, there are a lot of fighting Pokemon running around. You could, realistically, if you want to, change his typing. But he still provides value as an Intimidator. Intimidate's always going to be good. Articuno, C, not that good. Super weak to Rock. Defenses, trash. He has Tailwind, that's his like one saving grace. The Galarian form, though, is a step above, still very weak to Rock. This Pokemon's only going to live like 2 hits as well. But if you can set him up right, maybe set up Trick Room with him, allow for like your Ursalunas and other crazy Trick Room Mons, it's not that bad. He can be, gateway into getting many things off. His primary move, which I believe is... His primary move of Freezing Glare is pretty solid. If you get a freeze, that's really nice. Freezes are busted in VGC. Really stupid mechanic needs to be taken out or at least changed the way it was in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Zapdos is an A tier though. Fast, electric, tailwind setter, can survive a decent amount of hits, especially if you make this a bulky mon. He still has good enough special attack and normal attack to do some damage. Flying type is nice, especially with the electric typing. Negates that ground weakness. He's really only like weak to rock. And not really many rock Pokemon running around except like maybe a Tyranitar every once in a while. Unless you're playing against me and I'm also running a Colossal out there, but still you're probably going to smack that thing down. Galarian Zapdos, he's a B tier. He's A tier, I believe. His fighting and flying type is pretty solid if you can get him in the right spot. Defiant is actually very nice if you can catch someone with an Intimidate user lacking. If you can get him in with that +2 attack, that's a scary thing. Now Moltres, I would normally put in B tier, but personally, I believe he's a Dawn. He's kind of, to me, a better Volcarona. I actually like Volcarona due to that flame body ability. And in this meta, he's actually going to be pretty good when you're running against Urshifu Rapid Strike. If that flame body connects, that's really nice. You could also Terra this Pokemon like Terra Grass, Terra Water to negate some of that damage. Give like a Citrus Berry. Give a bunch of bulk. He has a nice special attack. He's going to be on that field for forever. Now, Galarian Moltres, to me, also a Dawn. I just love Moltres' design. Galarian Moltres being the dark version, I love it. Fiery Wrath is a great move. You can get it off and actually get a flinch. This Pokemon, once he can also hit Berserk, and if you want to, you can run weakness policy. I know it's not as good as it used to be, considering you can't Dynamax this Pokemon, even though I never got to do that because I was not in the competitive scene back then. But I've seen videos, looks pretty OP. But weakness policy is an okay move. I personally like Assault Vest just to get rid of those pesky little Fluttermanes. They're still kind of everywhere. They're falling off a little bit, I've seen in Regulation D. But if you can tank like a Moonblast, hit a Berserk, you can actually tank like 3 Moonblast with max special defense. Hit it with the Fiery Wrath, which is super effective. That thing's not going to be having a fun day. Now, Typhlosion, that's tough. Just base fire Pokemon. Eruption's the best. If you want to do something like that, I would just say go with Torkoal. Hisuian, he's a C tier. I've seen him a decent amount, a lot more like a team I would run, kind of gimmicky teams. He's just out there getting tailwinded and eruptioning on you. Like Choice Scarf. Terrifier, it is. I mean, it's a bunch of damage. It's just, if you can, usually there's a way to negate these kind of things, take care of it. So he's not that good. You also kind of need to set up Sun. So there's a lot of setup work to get this Pokemon working. But if you do get him working, he is a great Pokemon. Quagsire, love the guy. He's trash. That's tough. Another Slow King. Don't care. You're trash. Quillfish with an Eviolite, I've heard can do some work. Still yet to see him anywhere. All these little Lake Genies, they're okay. They have a nice move where they can up their special attacks. I forget this guy's name exactly, but I have seen him going into Terra Normals next to Hisuian. What is that Pokemon? Seeing this guy going Terra Normal next to an Hisuian Zoroark explosion. He's doing a lot of damage and pretty much leaving you down to a 3v2. But if one of your Pokemon live and you're able to do some mean damage to the Hisuian Zoroark, that sucks. Now, Heatran, I'm going to have him as my first S tier mon. This guy, Terra Grass, Flash Fire, Leftovers. You need a flying move to attack him. Not many Pokemon run around with flying moves or ice moves. Ice a little bit more. But usually if you're positioning this guy, it's towards the late game in an area where you know you're fine. Or if your opponent is wanting to play you with the open team sheet, or I'm guessing at a VGC tournament, and you know what moves they have, you know what Pokemons to be scared of. Yeah, he's a big problem, especially with those heat waves. Both Pokemon. If you don't have Wide Guard, good luck. Cresselia, busted. Like, Lunar Blessing is stupid. Get it into a Trick Room situation with any mon. he's healing up every status. He's giving him 25% health, I think. This guy's bulky. The only way you're really doing damage to him is with dark types. And you're still not doing much damage with those dark types just to how much HP, defense, and special defense he has. Now, normal Samurott, there's just so many better Pokemon, especially water ones. Even his Hisuian version is a lot better. Still, the Hisuian version I'm putting in a C tier. None of these Pokemon are really ranked in order on these tiers. I'm just throwing them in there. Dark Water, it's cool. Still not good against Fairy, which runs around a lot. Not good against fighting. There's still a decent amount of those, especially Iron Hands. He's kind of everywhere. He's doing double trouble to this guy with that electric typing. Now, if you can get him to set up his, I think it's Ceaseless Edge move. In VGC this year, from what I've seen, getting up rocks or anything, actually pretty nice this year, especially Toxic. But, I mean, you're getting 2 attacks out of him at tops. Now with his ability, sharpness, and most of his moves, you're doing a good amount of damage. It's just you're not putting out too much damage. And he's still very slow. So it's a lot of work to get him set up. But Stealth Rocks is kind of nice. Hisui and Lilligant, I'm going to put it in the... I'll put him in the B tier. Good Mon, better than normal Lilligant. Still has Chlorophyll, very fast. That extra fighting type does help in some situations. Also could be negative with all the fairies. And now it's quad weak to flying moves, but still very good Mon. If you can get a Sleep Powder, it's going to be nice. If you miss, he's probably dying really fast. Nice Mon, but only really used on like Torkoal teams as of now, Sun teams, which is, I mean, it's good, kind of running down a little bit, but Hisuian Zoroark, he's barely better than that's tough, very niche Mon. Most people, if they see you bringing this guy, there's 50-50 chance they're going to guess he's up front and take him out or not. You can usually just kind of play around this guy, but not going for a ghost move or a normal move. Ghost or normal move. You can just blow him up. Not that strong. If you want to talk about another Pokemon later on, just hit him with Wicked Blows or Surging Strikes. He's out of there. Or, not Wicked Blows, Surging Strikes. Hisuian Braviary, that's tough. I don't even know what you do with that Pokemon. He's slow. Special attacker. The other Braviary's better. I've seen recent things with the Hisuian Braviary, or normal Braviary. I've seen him on the ladder a little bit. Still very easy to take care of, but yeah. Thundurus, or Tornadus, S tier. Not much to talk about. Tailwind. Covert Cloak, put it on it. No one's really stopping these Tailwinds. Taunts to maybe stop other ones if you outspeeding. If not, that sucks if you get taunted in return. Great Mon, sets up amazingly for the team. Bleak Wind Storm, stupid move. All the storms for these genies are stupid. It's... If you don't have this guy on your team, you're kind of missing out. But, yeah, it's tough. The other version, I believe for all of these Mons, they're closer down to B tier. They're strong, but they're not as good as I believe the Incarnate forms is what they're called. Carnates are just super busted. Thundurus, he's pretty good, not as good as Tornadus. A tier. The prankster on this guy as well is Tornadus and not Enamorus. And the prankster on this guy is pretty nice, just as it is on Tornadus. Thunderwave, if you can get him to actually hit, amazing. You're slowing down the opponents. Kind of negates the Tailwind situation going on with Tornadus. Eerie Impulse, if you can get it off on a Mon that doesn't have Defiant. And hopefully you're not hitting it on Enamorus because they're most likely going to have that ability where that's going to turn into a positive for them, and that's going to suck. But he's not quite as good. He still has a move called Wilbort Storm. Just like Tornadus, really good move. Only problem is these moves are 80% accurate, so they will miss a little bit. Unless you can set up Rain. But then again, that's why you'd rather use Tornadus. He's just better at setting up all these kinds of things. And then incarnate form yet again. I'm gonna drop it to Therian form B. Landorus. Ooh, this is kind of controversial. I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna put him in B. He's not as good as I'd always heard about him. I believe he comes with a Sandsteer Storm, pretty good move. Life Orb you can put on him with the ability Sheer Force, does a lot of damage with special attacks. Just kind of easy to take care of with ice. The others are only double weak. He's quad. You can Terra Blast this man, or you can Terra him into like ice. I've seen it a bunch, but then you just hit him with like a rock move or earthquake, something stupid like that, and he's gone. He's so weak. He's getting out of there. The other form of Landorus, A tier. Does a lot of good damage. Also a very nice Intimidate Pokemon. Intimidate is just amazing. He's still also very weak to Ice, but mostly if you're using this one, you're kind of pivoting him in and out, maybe U-turning, or if you know there's Ice Pokemon that's going to attack you, you just straight take him out. There's no point in even playing with it. Again, you can Terra him. This one can take a bit more of hits from other Terras due to the fact he is lowering attacks on other Mons. Delphox, that's tough. Never even played with you in any game. Same with Chestnut. Greninja, I believe he's also a that's tough, but he's just a cool Pokemon. So I'm going to put him in a Dawn. I might try to make him work some way. He's just a cool looking Mon. I actually never got to play him with him when he first came out. Took a huge break in between gens. I think it was I missed all of Black and White, sadly, 1 and 2, up until about Gen. I really came on about the last month of Sword and Shield. It's when I started to pick Pokemon back up, but I missed a bunch of Mons. Some of them look cool, missed out, and I'm like, I wish I could play with them. But this Mon, don't really care. He's all right. They've nerfed his abilities so much. Battle Bond's gone. Protean is just one time unless you want to sub him out, and he's not taking that many hits anyway. He's kind of frail. Hisuian Avalugg, that's tough. I've seen people make him work in singles. This isn't singles, this is VGC. That guy sucks. Hisuian Goodra is a Dawn, but I also believe he's S tier. I love Goodra. I know I missed the gen he came out, but ever since I've just always seen him and be like, that's a cool Pokemon, I want to use him. This guy is mainly here due to Urshifu. This guy just can take these hits so well. If you run Shelter to boost up the defense, and then I forget what the ability's called, but he cannot be taken or hit by critical moves. So you can just wall out these Pokemon, give them leftovers. This guy's just sitting on the field for literally forever. Actually has great defense, amazing special defense. So you could like max out special defense, give him some health, some special attack, and just shelter up in the corner. This guy's just going to sit there all game. He's not going to do crazy amounts of damage, but that damage over time is going to add up. I don't even know this guy's name, but I know he's trash. Decidueye, trash. Hisuian Digui, I've seen people try to make him work. Trash. Trash. Rillaboom, I believe he's S tier. He lost Grassy Glide, which was a big deal, but fake out U-turn, Wood Hammer, this guy just does a lot. So much damage. Give him an Assault Vest. He takes a lot of special attack damage easily. He puts up that grassy terrain, which is very nice for your team, especially because a lot of people are running Genies, some sort of flying type Mons. You can actually negate. They don't get that boost at all. As long as your Pokemon are on the floor. If this guy's sitting next to Hisuian Goodra as well, Goodra's just living the good life. Oh my god, he's going forever. Teleon, trash. He's never been good. Cinderace, I'm also going to put him in C. I thought about trash. Protean, got nerfed. But fast, fire. Fire's just good. Fast is good. He's okay. He's nothing special. Just like most starter Pokemon, they're okay. Glacier, B tier. Like, Ice type, not that good. Dude has a bunch of defense and can attack. He can sit on the field for a little bit if you can set him up with the right partner properly. Give him a good Terra type. Once he starts getting some kills, though, you need to get rid of him fast. Only one of his main problems is he is weak to a lot, being an Ice type. You bring out a fighting type, he's pretty much done. A lot of Pokemon learn fighting moves. Not that fun of a day for him. This guy I have not seen on ladder, but I know he's not trash. I just don't know anything about him. I've never seen anyone try to make him work. Regieleki, everyone thought he was going to be S, but I believe he really is A. Dude's fast, does a lot of damage. You don't see him much. I've seen stats from in tournaments. He's not doing too hot. A lot of people bring him. He doesn't have the best winning percentage. You can actually get around him very easily. He's very weak. Maybe put up a tailwind and then just bring out a lot of damage to this guy. He's just not as busted as everyone believes, especially with Terra Ice. I know he got banned in singles. This is not singles. This is VGC. He has 2 Pokemon to worry about. He's just so frail. You can easily get him out of the way. Especially if someone brings a Landorus, then you're not really doing anything. You can Terra Ice, sure. Landorus might protect. Or he already has a Tailwind up, and he can still somewhat outspeed you, possibly. Regidrago is... put him in a B. If he gets off his main move, I think it's Dragon Pulse. At full health, this guy is doing a lot of damage. Only problem is I know a lot of these guys are choice specs. Or not choice specs. Some are choice specs. Choice Scarf to get that extra speed boost. You put a Fairy-type Pokemon in front of him. He didn't do anything. He's just sitting there. Now he's a waste of space. He's attacked 1 Pokemon. And you're probably tailwinding to try to set this guy up. If you can get him going, he's fine. If there's Fairy-type Pokemon running around, do not bring this guy at all. Now if you save him, you can Terra Steel maybe. Take out a lot of fairies. Do a lot of damage with dragon moves. If you're not choicing him, giving him any sort of choice band or whatever, he can do some damage. Suian Weirdeer, Trick Room Dude, C tier. You might as well just use his, I guess, baby version. Give it an Eviolite. It has like the same defenses, if not better. Slower, better Trick Room setter. You still barely see that guy around. He has won events, but I personally, whenever I see that guy on the ladder, it's kind of easy to deal with. I don't really see how he does so well. I'm also not playing the best players on ladder because I'm not that good either. So my opinion on him can really change, especially once Reg D starts up and more powerful players are coming to the circuit and playing. Because some of these guys still focus on getting to Worlds, needing their CP points. So I know they're battling out in NIC, which is going on, I believe, this week on Friday. So, yeah. Cleavor, he's also C tier. He's just like Hisui and Samurott. Sets up spikes. That's amazing. Dude's taking like 1 hit though, and then he's out of there. Not that fast. So he's a cool guy, just not gonna do too much for you. Sneasler, A. Did not think he'd be this good. Knew Dire Claw was good. It's such a stupid busted move. But Unburden on him, I believe it is. When he eats a Psychic Seed or a Grassy Seed, dude, like, just speeds up. He's providing a lot of damage. Everyone's bringing Rillabooms. There's still some Indeedis running around, so they're just giving him a boost. He's just annoying if you don't take care of him fast. Sheesh. Enamorous, S tier. Actually, I want to go A tier with this guy. He's kind of gimmicky, kind of a Pokemon I would like. But you just hit him with a Eerie Impulse from your Thundurus. Dude has double special attack now. He's up 2 stages. He's providing crazy damage. Very tight, very busted. Not much else to say. Other version, the Trick Room version of him, so annoying as well. He's very slow, very strong. Overcoat, this guy is not getting put to sleep. Amoonguss, RIP, I barely see that guy on ladder anymore. Thank God. He used to piss me off because I'm not really good at dealing with him except a Terragrass Colossal. But still annoying to deal with him. So this Pokemon's setting up very easily. providing so much damage, most likely getting hit with lunar blessings, sadly, and just staying on the field for so long. The Hisuian Quillfish, I'm going to give him a C. Barbarage is a cool move. I think everyone thought it was going to be way better. It's really not that good. He's okay. Don't know which Basque Legion's male or female, but it's A. This guy, Terra Water Wave Crash. Oh my god, stupid. Especially if you can get it set up in rain. Last Respects, very busted move. This guy's fast. Swift Sim, you don't even need it if you want to run adaptability. Just make sure you can live like a Thunderbolt or something from Regieleki if there is one there. Not too many electric Pokemon running around, so there's not much stab electric moves out there. But this guy, late game cleanup, he's something dirty. I don't know which one's the female version. She's a little different. She's more special attack based. Don't use her, just use the male version. Just blow everything up. This guy, I believe everyone had this guy S tier. Be a little biased. I believe he's C tier. This guy's so easy to blow up. Water move. If someone brings him in the front, half the time they protect. I don't know if that's because I just play so low ladder and I don't see great players with this guy, but Surging Strikes, he's gone. He can't protect. Like, hit him with a grass move. He tears to normal a lot. Hit him with a fighting move. Like, he's very easy to just pack out of there. First turn, he's not that strong. You can easily wall him out with Hisuian Gudra if you can set up before he even touches the field. This guy's not doing anything to you. So, yeah. Now, Urshifu, Wicked Blow. He's B tier. He's good. Nothing too crazy. His other form is better. Dark Fighting, horrible against Fairy, which there's still a lot of. There's just not really... He's good. He blows people up. Hitting through Protect is annoying. So never protect in front of this guy. It's just... He does a lot of damage. That's all I can say. He does a lot of damage. You can't protect around him. Busted ability, not the most busted Pokemon with his moves. This guy is a Dawn / S tier. I use him on every Regulation D team I make. He blows everything but Gudra up. Also, I guess if he's in Sun, he's not as effective, but those critical hits, they just rack up, do so much damage. If someone's running a Focus Sash, it does not matter. He's hitting right through that second with the second hit. It's over. 3 hits of crits. Most Pokemon are not living. The only way to really get around this guy is Terra Grassing something. So he's forcing a Terra out of you. Not the best. Or you got the Hisuian Gudra with the ability that doesn't allow crits. So if you see this guy, you kind of have to carry a Gudra on you, which for me, not an issue. Some people I know, they don't like Gudra, but I believe this Gudra is very good. Yeah, this Pokemon's just busted. So thank you for looking at my tier list. I don't know how well this is going to stack up in about like 2 weeks due to the fact once Reg D comes out, all the top players are on. I'm not the best player in the world. Some of these are just Pokemon I like. We'll see how this goes. Thank you for coming to another video. Check out another video, please. Subscribe. Watch my journey to hopefully becoming one of the better Pokemon players out there. Hopefully the best. Thank you.